I think we're good. Should be. I start off every stream by guessing if I'm live or not. That's probably not great. But hello, hello. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Stream number 23 here in the full release, which is now 1.1. Last time, we built a... I'm not going to say it's perfect, but pretty good motor factory here. And we have this assembler, in theory, chopping out 5 per minute. And this assembler, chopping out 5 per minute. I do have some summer sloops. If I really wanted to, I could double the output of each of these so that we were making 20 per minute. But I'd have to go find another summer sloop, and that did not go terribly well the last couple times we tried doing that. But we are very close to having all of the modular engines complete for Phase 3 of the space elevator. And then after that, we have to make the adaptive control units, which... I already forgot what the recipe for that is, so let's scroll down here and check it out. I remember it being kind of annoying. Yeah, you got 5 automated wiring, 5 circuit boards, 1 heavy modular frame, and 2 computers. We have to do that recipe 100 times. However, is this an alternate recipe? Or is that going to be, I don't know, maybe that's for something else. So I just had the idea that, oh... there's alternate recipes, we can go hard drive hunting. But the good news here is we are making circuit boards. We should have a pretty good number of those. We only need 500 to make 100 adaptive control units. Smart wiring, automated wiring, whatever, is not that annoying to make. We just have to have the parts for it, and I'm pretty sure we're making... we might actually not be making 50 per minute of cables, but that's not hard to do. We just have to go modify our little copper cable factory over there. And then stators, obviously, we're making for the motors. We could divert that if we really wanted to. The big problem is going to be computers, because we need 200 of those. And we do have all of these ingredients to make them. We would just have to have another manufacturer to stick them into, and that would be its own challenge. But I don't think it's unreasonable for us to say we could possibly finish this today. We will see. This is 1 per minute. I also have in one of these things, I don't remember which building it is, but I do have enough summer sloops to double the output of a manufacturer, which would mean I only have to do that recipe 50 times. Now, does that really teach us anything in the long run about logistics management? No, but it gets it done faster, which I think a lot of us would appreciate. So this does take 4 summer sloops to double the output, but we have a couple others being used in various locations around the map that aren't strictly speaking necessary. And I need to take stock of what we're actually making here. That's empty. This, I think, it was doing Caterium ingots. But I have that whole factory just by itself now, and they're going to get sunk in the, well, resource sink. I've got all of this stuff. See, I have a whole bunch of stuff that's getting made. I just don't remember. We have smart plating, but the recipe for the automated wiring is something that was from one of the first space elevator phases, I think. Like I said, we have all this stuff. But there is an alternate recipe for it, and I'm so curious because I'm pretty sure I've got a couple hard drives that are just stuck over here because I haven't decided which alternate recipes I want to actually use. So if you'll humor me for a little bit here. I've got this ready to scan, but I also have all of this to pick from. So this is plastic smart plating. We're not going to need this for a while. I don't really know that this is a better recipe than what we already have. We kind of decided that both of these were not tremendously great. Recycled rubber, not really that useful because we're not producing any excess plastic. Fused wire... I mean, I don't see a situation in which I would ever want to use this. So I think I would want to rescan that one for sure. Steamed copper sheet is a pretty decent recipe if you have a refinery and you're also lazy. Pure copper ingot, another one of those if you want faster things. It's just not a lot of really exciting alternate recipes in this thing, and I already rescanned most of these. Yeah, quick wire cable, not in love with that. Molded beam, not in love with that. But that is, 45 per minute in a foundry versus whatever the super slow speed of the other one is. Synthetic power shards, oh, that's way late game. That's so far ahead. Solid steel, not great. Well, there's all sorts of jokes that could be made about that, I guess. But I'm gonna start the scan on this hard drive. Maybe we'll get something nice out of there. We have some time. We'll get stuff figured out. I'm not terribly worried about it. The rate these are being produced, the modular engines, we should have those finished. Yeah, 2.5 per minute. It won't take too long. Another 25 minutes or so. So instead, we need to figure out a way to make computers, especially, a little bit faster. And those, of course, require manufacturers, and I don't remember what the recipe for a manufacturer is. So let's, oh, yes, of course. Motors. How could I ever forget? We need a place to build this, though. And we got, I wouldn't call this spaghetti, but it's definitely not the most competently organized stuff here. We just have things going everywhere. So to make computers, obviously, we have to have our circuit boards, and then there's, I believe, additional plastic involved. There's alternate recipes for those, but I don't have them. Oh, we have so many circuit boards. We're so good. We're so good on circuit boards. So that's looking good. See, all these trees, I hesitate to just, you know, cut them all completely down, but this is prime real estate right here. You know, that's serious business. Let's take a look at this recipe one more time, and I'm probably driving you crazy just looking at this constantly, but yeah, there's 2 alternate recipes for computers. We might get one of them in this next hard drive analysis, which would be exciting. But remember, we have to make 200 computers. Unless I find more summer sloops, in which case we may only have to make 100 because I could double the output of those guys. But that's going to require a lot of plastic, which we do have a ton of extra plastic. And it's going to require a decent amount of cables. We don't have a ton of extra cables, but that's just because I didn't build one of these big towers for it. I don't remember exactly where everything is, but I'm pretty sure I should have... Ah, this one right here. That's screws. No, where's my plastic? Do I seriously not have one for plastic? I guess I might not. Well, it's fine, I guess. Because it is sending screws that way. We have plastic coming here, and then that plastic... Oh, it just dead ends, doesn't it? I thought I had all of this hooked up, but no, the plastic just stops right there. So we have however much is actually backed up on this belt, just ready to go. Okay, so we can make this a little easier on ourselves by just building a little bit of a computer factory over here. So I know this is a kind of a rat's nest, etc., so on and so forth. But I think this is going to be our best opportunity to actually use this space. We'll just put a manufacturer here, get stuff piped in, and then we are, of course, going to have to reprogram that to make the adaptive control use. But getting a head start on the computers is going to be a smart choice. So this is... Got 1 here, 2, 3, 4. Should be enough space for us to put in. Once I snag another 5 motors, which should not be hard. Got 38 in there. I'll just pick them up off the belt. There we go. How hot does steel need to be a gas? You are asking the wrong person. I did not get great grades in chemistry. But I would have to imagine just extremely hot. Okay. Is this going to give me space over here? Probably not. But that's good for the output. That's probably okay. Alright. So, manufacturer, until we have an alternate recipe. Just going to get that set up right there. I can preload this with... Well, I could preload it with computers. That would be stupid. But I can preload it with all these things, and then circuit boards just have to get brought over across here. And this is going to be real ugly. But it's going to work. Wait, does this line up perfectly here? Oh, not quite. Not quite. That's fine. What's our rate of consumption? I really need to check this stuff. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Oh, 10 per minute? All right. That's going to be fine. We can also just overclock this to go faster, but I'd rather double the output. Assuming we actually, you know, can run one of these. I should check my power, but 10 per minute. None of this is even any faster than a Mark 1 belt. Okay. I only have 97 of those, so if I go to Mark 3, that should be fine. Is this going to... Yeah, that's not going to work. We'll just go all the way across here. And it'll be ugly, but it's fine. I just need to be able to walk through here. So, at risk of doing a stupid thing, I will elevate this so I can actually walk underneath it. And the rest of that probably doesn't really matter at all. Alright, so straight. It's going to make it look kind of weird like that, but now we have all of those circuit boards ready to go. As soon as I turn this on, that'll go inside. Plastic, we already established, is going to be a super simple thing for us to take care of. I do have this getting spat out this side, which currently is very important for us making circuit boards. But if we want to hijack this, we can. We already have more than enough circuit boards for what we're trying to do right now, so I think in the spirit of getting things done quickly, that's going to be fine for us to do. So if I take that out, that will cut off to right there. That's okay. This conveyor lift doesn't have to be here anymore because I can just take that right there. And once again, I'm going to do a Mark III belt just because I can. And I can have that go into here. Is that going to cross and be ugly? It sure is. But I can do this. And there we go. Plastic will come right on in. Cables, something else, because those are way over there. How many is this going to use? 8 cables per computer, and I have to make 200, so that's not going to cut the mustard with a single stack. It's not spaghetti. There's no knots involved. It's just kind of, yeah. Alright, can I fit anywhere in here without it being completely stupid looking? I will admit, this does look pretty bad, but it will work. And that's what matters. Oh, I don't have cable, of course. What's our power consumption? This is getting kind of dangerous. But we do have batteries. So, in the event that we do exceed production, the batteries will kick in. We could probably build a few more batteries just to be safe, but I think we are probably okay. Well, let's go check out, see what the doggos have, and then grab some cables from over here. What's up, dude? 14 stators. Hey, I need those. Thanks very much. And what do you have? Ooh, purple power slug. Thanks very much. Just in case it walls and claim ignorance. Yep, that's a perfect strategy. No notes. So I'm going to bring... I'm just going to bring a couple stacks of cables with us. And we'll go back over here. Get that thing started. If it is going to cause problems, then we'll have to readjust what we're doing. But for now, this seems to be okay. Oh. I guess that needs to be upgraded to a Mark II. Oh, that is ugly. But now we're making a computer, so it's fine. And then I will take that out. Just went and checked Jojo, but Hoff's not going to hear this until he catches up. Fix the rubber spaghetti? Maybe. We'll see. But now we have a MAM recipe. It would be very funny if we got alternate recipe for computers out of this. But plastic AI limiter or biocoal? Well, I mean, I'm not going to need that at this stage of the game. Plastic AI limiter. What's the regular recipe for an AI limiter? Let's find out, because that is something I remember being a little annoying to make. Okay, so it's copper. Copper sheets. 5 copper sheets, 20 quick wire, 5 per minute. Or 30 quick wire, 7 plastic, 2 AI limiters, 8 per minute. Well, I think this is going to be the better recipe. So let's grab that. We don't need AI limiters yet, but that's going to be really, really convenient when we do. Because we've got so much quick wire we're not even using at all, and we're going to have a bunch of plastic. See, quick wire cable versus molded beams. The 45 per minute production rate on that, I think, is going to be the most valuable thing. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. We've got 24 steel and 16 concrete. Makes 9. 45 per minute. Actually, can I keep this up while I pull up the other thing? No. Well, I guess that's fine. Where is my steel beam? Yeah, see, this is only 15 per minute, but it also, to equal the production rate, would only require 12 steel ingots. So I guess you pay for the convenience of getting them 3 times as fast by using twice as much raw material plus concrete. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting that one. So I guess we'll check that out at a later time to see what else we want to get in here with. We've already made 7 computers, so I've got 45, and I only need 200 to make all this stuff. So I think that is that's making some nice progress there. Oh, look how smart I am. Well, I'm going to raise this up so I can walk underneath it, and then I place a storage container there. All right. Yeah, that's not my finest moment. That will not be there forever. So the only other problem we have to solve is the heavy modular frames. And those are kind of annoying to make because you have to have all these various multi-stage parts. And I am pretty sure we haven't made heavy modular frames before in this playthrough. So that is going to be what has to get made next. Probably in that exact same manufacturer. Temporarily there forever? Yep. Nothing lasts longer than a temporary fix. Absolutely nothing. So I guess I should check out and see how many of these. I got 1 on the way, so that's 482. That's gonna be fine. Now, if I had an alternate recipe for heavy modular frames, that would be great. So I know I have regular modular frames. I probably don't need to make any more of those. But these guys can be really annoying. And I haven't, obviously, unlocked any of those. I mean, we're making encased industrial beams. We're not making that many, but I know I do have enough to make 100 of these without breaking a sweat. But I don't know that I could sustain making that based on what we're producing over on the other side there. We got steel pipes. We already have it right over here. Going into making the stators. We already have screws right here. The only other thing we'd have to bring over would be the regular modular frames, which, guess what? Could go right here. And we've got plenty of them. So I guess that is what we're going to be finding ourselves doing here in just a little bit. That's what's, you know, coming out of this mess. Going all the way over. I may have to just pick these up manually or have them empty into something. If I can get this to aim exactly right. Yeah, so I'll just sit here doing this for a little bit. Hello, hello? Alternate recipes constant between playthroughs, or are they kind of randomized? So you'll get this. No, you get the same recipes every time, or the same pool of recipes. Like, they don't change fundamentally within the game, but what changes is when you unlock them, when you discover them, by which hard drives you find. It is like a random draw every time you scan a hard drive. Is there a dimensional downloader that outputs to a belt at some stage of research? I don't think so. But that would be incredible. That would be pretty insane. You're on heavy modular frames, we have a plan in mind for. Yeah, they're annoying to build, but they're not that annoying. You just have to be able to keep up with the production, and you have to be able to scale it. Because they go in so many different things in the mid and late game, and one manufacturer cannot support that. You're going to have a whole bunch of them. So assuming there's an appetite for me to continue doing these streams for a super long time, we're eventually going to have to make an entire factory just to make a whole bunch of those all at once. And that might be annoying, but by that point we'll have, well, we already have trains, but we might have drones, which would be a little bit easier to get stuff to different corners of the map and use central hubs and everything. So I'm just sitting here doing this, spamming the E key so I can sit here and read chat while we're just gathering modular frames. Pretty sure I'm only going to need a couple hundred of these, so it shouldn't take too long. I think the goal should be for every single item to have its own factory with a dimensional uploader. I don't know that there's enough Mercer spheres on the map for me to be able to do that. Okay, that's all the modular frames. I got 115, and now that is smart plating. So, let's check. I know. Let's just check real quick what the recipe is again, because I always forget. Oh, it's 5 of these. So, new idea. We're going to go find more summer sloops so I don't have to I don't have to make so many of these things. But to speak about the dimensional uploaders, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I have 11 that are actually automatically uploading. These are manual that I made slots for. Just picked this game up this week, was started the playthrough from scratch to get familiar with it. That's the best way to do it. Interesting watching this live and also on episode 10 of the playlist. Yeah. Satisfactory is kind of weird in that you can sometimes, if you play for a couple hours, make absolutely no progress or feel like you haven't made any progress, and then other times you just absolutely rocket through everything. You kind of don't know until it happens. Alright, I got 59 computers. Reminder that I need to have 200. So this is actually going pretty quick, but the most important thing is we are about to be finished with the modular engines, which frees up this manufacturer that we can then reprogram to do something else. And currently, it is using smart plating, rubber, and motors to produce modular engines, of course, and we can redo for whatever. So once we're done with the modular engines, then the rubber conveyor doesn't have to come out like this, and that can go away. Of course, there will be other problems that will happen as a result of this, so enjoy that. But the initial complaint of the rubber thing looks like spaghetti will be dealt with today. So enjoy that. So this will be 496 coming out right here. We can just wait until the rest of this is done. It won't be too long. And then we'll just shut it off. And all we have to do is start making the adaptive control units. Yeah, so this one will be 497. Not going to walk too far away. I do think the best option is just to go ahead and make this adaptive control units and deal with the fallout of, you know, rewiring everything, but it's fine. 498 will be coming out of there pretty soon. I do want to keep making motors because those are just so annoying to not have. We just might have to put them somewhere else. Yeah, so there's 498 right there. 499 and 500 will not be too far behind. $64 computers. Nice progress there. And that is $4.99. We're almost there, folks. There's a place to make motors on the hill by the same node. Well, I already have a motor thing. That's what we built last time. You don't need to move it. Alright, so once that leaves, turn that off. That is number 500. Hooray. Our suffering is at its end. I will grab all of these pieces out. Never mind, because I don't have the space for them. But we can go ahead and change the recipe to adaptive control units, and then I guess it kicked the rest of those modular frames out? Or did it eat them? Or not modular frames, these guys. Maybe it ate them. Well, either way, that's not great. Let's just take these out. Or is it sending those to the dimensional upload? No, it's not. So what's the deal with that? Where's all that stuff going? If I can't hold on to it. Because it's not making... Yeah, it's not making those little things on the ground. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. Now we need circuit boards and computers and automated wiring, which we still have not set up another factory for. Motors can go somewhere else. So this is a scenario where I will just plop in a container industrial storage. We're probably never going to fill this up with motors, but that is what I've always done. I can make a dimensional depot uploader for the motors, but I already do have it manually, so I guess that's probably not that big of a deal. Let's put this right here. Should be okay. So all I have to do to get this not to be completely stupid is... Oh, you know what I could do? I could just do this. No way, the conveyor belt's too steep. I'm a little baby man. Sure. It works. It's fine. So I suppose I'll just start dumping this in here. And then I can disassemble this. Or I can just leave this here and put some other stuff in that same container. That's probably the smart thing to do. I do need to clean up my inventory at some point, but you know how this goes. That's the wrong direction. Okay, so now that is motor free. And now we have all of those motors there. Fantastic. Which frees up a little bit of space for us to make automated wiring. Now this is going to consume 12.5 per minute at the currently crazy fast production speed. It doesn't have to be that fast. If I take these out, then it only needs 5 per minute. But what's the recipe for the automated wiring? How fast does that make those? I think it's probably not super fast. 2.5 per minute. So if we double speed that, then we can almost keep up with this one thing. I actually don't know about the type and speed of manual uploading. When you're done, you can just make a second floor to hide all the... Yeah, exactly. Hide your problems downstairs. Totally normal. But we do need to go ahead and put in some assemblers here. Let's think about how we're going to have different things going in, because I have all of these circuit boards that also need to go into this. So we can easily put in a splitter. See, this is straight here, that's there, that's there. Let's make this a little easier on ourselves. Just pop in a splitter. That needs to go that way. And what is the speed at which this needs? 5 per minute. Okay, that's totally fine for a Mark 1. So I can eclipse something. It is straight mode. No, it won't. There we go. So now we're going to have... Why is this like this? See, I thought that was going to work out great. Putting a splitter on that, I guess I didn't have it right. Well, live and learn. There we go. Alright, so that's one part taken care of. Again, the heavy modular frames are going to be a pain in the butt. But it's fine. Wait, you know what I should have done instead? Was have that go into... Well, see, I don't really need that, though. Alright, I'm gonna do this again. I know. I know. Think before you build stuff and you'll have a much better time. It's alright. Not clipping bad enough for me to care. That's fine. Because that was going to connect to assemblers over here once I cleaned some stuff up. So, the rubber coming in does not need to be here anymore because we're not using rubber. So, I can dismantle that very easily. So, there's that part of spaghetti dealt with. This I'm not counting as spaghetti because it's up on these spindle things. And then this over here should be... I guess computers are going to have to go on one of these on the very... Maybe the very end would be the right place to stick this. That's what I'll do, is I'll put computers in here. But I am going to have to fish these smart platings out. There we go. So this will be a manual thing that we'll have to do. That's going to be annoying, but it is what it is. This is going to have to be for heavy modular frames, which we haven't made yet. Also going to be annoying. Well, if I built a factory for every single item that I need when I need it, it would take me 10 years to finish this. And I don't think people have an appetite for that. Okay, 20 containers, computers. Why do I never have space in here for this? What am I? Okay, this one iron ingot can go away. There. So that should be almost halfway to what we need for this. If I go ahead and turn this on, then it can fill everything up. The rest of this I can't really do anything about. That is... What is that for? Oh, that was the plastic going over to these guys. But currently I have enough circuit boards to not have to worry about this for a while. So I think that's going to be okay. I think you vastly overestimate my ability to comprehend industrial design. Oh, look at this. We already have 247 motors. I've never had this many motors in any of my playthroughs. I always hated trying to make those things. Not because they're hard, just because it's annoying. I really want a 4th summer sloop so I can double this, but... Automated wiring. I can't lose track of the plot. Let's clear this out. I really shouldn't have this absolutely everywhere. I think maybe that can stay. But I need my assemblers for my automatic wiring. I'm going to need probably 2 of these just to be safe. If I can make this fit here, and this fit right next to it, and make those merge. Ah, see, that's too close. That's too close. That might work, but not much else I can do about this. Just put that there and then duplicate it over here. All right. Once again, temporary. That's our motto. So we want a conveyor merger right here. Get this as close as I can. Should still be fine to stick through here. There we go. That'll go there. That'll go there. So, at the very least, we can bring in automated wiring to here. Now this is where this gets interesting, because I have to use stators. And I'm making them for the motor factory. If you want to make stators, you have to have... Where are they? Steel pipes and wire, which we are already sending past here to go to the motor factory, but we're not using all of these all the time. I'm pretty sure. I just need to double check this. Actually, maybe we are. Yeah, we are. Oh well, I guess I can't do that then. That's an idea that died. I'm also kind of lost, so I'm not sure I can help you, which is a bad thing for the person running this to say. This is the previous motor factory, or the one that we built last time. I'm currently trying to make automated wiring to go into this, so we can make our adaptive control units. I don't have extra capacity on these belts to bring me stuff over here, but I would if I upgraded these, because right now I had this set to be like the perfect flow rate. This is a Mark III belt, so I know this will give me more copper wire if I tell it to, without having to upgrade anything. This is Mark I, so I would have to change that over to ideally Mark III, because that's going to be the easiest one for me to get. So if I have that set as a Mark III, prior to where I would do split off for this to be able to take all of this away, then that might work, but still lots I have to get to. I have to have cable coming in, which I do not have routed over here, and I don't think I'm making enough to, it wants 100 per minute if I'm using 2 of these. If I double the output of this guy instead, then I can get away with using only a single... Yeah, let's do that. That's going to be the easiest way to do this. I know it's probably anticlimactic, but if I want to accomplish this playing less than an average of 2 hours a week, then this is it's going to be the easiest way for us to get it done. Yeah, I unfortunately just cannot take the time to do this, quote-unquote, the right way, or no one is going to see anything before their time they're dead. So, knowing that, I can instead move that assembler to be, I suppose, if we want to make stuff look kind of nice, move that to there. This, again, being the one that makes the automated wiring and has summer sloops. So then we only have to bring in this much. That would enable us to, not have a horrible time. 2.5 per minute. 50 per minute. That's doable. 2.5 stators. Once we put another one of these things in. If I don't have enough room. Okay, well I can just have this come out that way. probably be fine. We were trying to cram 2 pounds of stuff in a 5-pound bag. Or, no, the other way around. You know what I'm talking about. There. So, this doesn't need to have... Why can I not take this out? There. So that makes 5 per minute. I don't need 5 per minute. I need 2.5. So if we go down to 50%. Now, I only need 20 wire per minute and 7.5 steel pipes. That's a lot easier to do. That is a lot easier for us to be able to do. So all I have to do is have this set to, I guess right there. And I guess that right there. I don't want straight mode. Oh, that's not going to work either? Come on, man. Really? When did the conveyor belt building into this game turn into a big baby? Come on. Come on. Where's your sense of adventure? Yeah, it's too steep away. Little baby boy, you can't do conveyor belt shapes. See that? I can't even do that. Come on, man. Really? Not a single one of these. Not a single one of these is willing to play ball with me here. What a disappointment. Man, see, look. Don't complicate this. Don't complicate this. I'm not, this is not a permanent thing. It just ends up becoming almost impossible. Because of reasons. I guess I will have to, regrettably, do one of these things here. I have to have something for this to stand on. And then I just have to be able to, you know, attach this to something else. I need to be able to run stuff underneath it is the problem I'm going to be running into here. So all I have to do is put a single assembler up here. And then the output from that has to be able to go in here. Wow, that's actually perfect. Look at that. So this is what has to make... See, this... See what kind of nonsense this is wrought already? See, that... And that doesn't even want to play nice. But that does. Make that make sense. Oh, come on, man. Alright. You wanted spaghetti? Well, guess what? You're going to get some spaghetti, because I guess this what this game wants to do is cook some spaghetti. Oh, that'll go in. It won't, but it won't let me do the others. Come on, man. Really? All right. It's ugly. It's horrible. It's awful. Everyone hates it. But it's going to work. Except for this part that absolutely does not work. Alright, so maybe I have to have this slightly modified here. Spaghetti. Actually not bad. Not too completely horrible. But I do need to upgrade all of this to a Mark III. Or else it's not going to be able to keep up. Oh, and it was already Mark III all the way up to here anyway. Okay. Cool. Alright, so here's our stator. That is a power pole. That is also a power pole. Is it connected to anything? It is now. So now we're making stators. 5 per minute. I only need 2.5 per minute. So down we go. Now I just need the cable. 50 cable per minute. We're not even making 50 cable per minute. If I wanted to be really, really dense with this, I could pull one of these numbers here. And that would be to do... Seriously? Come on, man. The more I play this game, the more I think this is not a game I'm supposed to be playing. But nevertheless, we persevere. This makes 30 per minute. If I increase this to 45 and then 50, I guess I could just type it in. It'd be easier. Then I only need 100 wire per minute. Which, there we go, escape key didn't want to escape. No, that's the wrong button. That's also the wrong button. Upgrade the spaghetti. There. Now I have all of this wire. Now, brace yourselves, because this is about to get stupid. You take this out. Oh boy. You take that out, and then you get to I guess, see, I can lock the hologram. I always forget I can do that. You take that, then you take this. What are you doing? You're committing crimes against Skyrim and her people. Absolutely. That is a factual statement. See, this is just, to a certain extent, this is just me saying, you know what? There's no reason why I can't absolutely just force this to work. No reason whatsoever. So, Mark... No, I don't want to change build mode again. I want... There we go, Mark 3. I just have to have this to go in here, which of course it's not going to do. Give me my conveyor lift. That thing will bend itself to my will without complaining. I'm gonna scream. Come on. Come on, man. Really? You're telling me you can't fit in that? Not even a tiny bit? That should work. There. So now we have wire coming in here to make cable, which has to be set to 50 per minute. It needs to be connected to power. We're going to probably trip our circuit breaker at some point soon, but now that can go in there. And now we have actually automated the automated wiring. Hello, welcome to the nonsense. I said we weren't going to have spaghetti, and now we have spaghetti, but that's fine. So now the only thing we have to bring in here to start making the adaptive control units is the heavy modular frames. But we also probably have a full stack of computers here. Almost. Almost there. That is going to be... Where are my computers? There we are. That's going to be just fine. So I have 50 in here. I need 200 because there's no chance I'm going to be able to double this anymore. I need 2 more... I think 2 more stacks of computers? Almost. 1 2/3 of a stack of computers left after that, so that's fine. Now I have to have heavy modular frames, and that is the annoying thing to make with what we have currently set up. And again, I have all these materials, kind of, except the regular modular frames aren't being made over here. I probably should change that back. Yeah, because I had it make the smart plating, because that's what I needed at the time. But that is no longer what I need. So we can change that recipe right back to regular modular frames, which takes iron rods instead of rotors. So if I just remove this entirely, then guess what comes out of here? Iron rods. Guess what comes out of here? Screws. Guess what no longer has to come out of there? That's right, it's screws. So if this connects here, it needs 12 iron rods per minute. That's going to be fine to make 2 modular frames per minute. Our consumption of modular frames to make heavy modular frames is going to be significantly higher than that. It should be 5 per minute. No, it's not. It's 10 per minute. You see how very quickly this turns into just an extremely annoying task? It's like the game doesn't want you to try to progress faster than it's going to want you to progress. How mean. How mean of the game to make me actually do it correctly. Got some rebar that I guess I had space for. And you've got Sam. I do not have space for that. Thanks, but no thanks. Also, we have a mine of it already. I don't have any other hard drive recipes that are going to make this any easier, huh? Nope. How irritating. Alright, what can I get rid of that I don't need? All of this. Wood for sure. That for sure. Biomass, all that nonsense. I've already got a lot of smart plating, but I feel like I'm going to need that for more space elevator stuff in the future. I've got 115 of these modular frames. I'm going to need 500 to be able to make all the adaptive control units. Unless we duplicate something somewhere, but I'm already duplicating a whole bunch of stuff. So that's not ideal. I am going to have to make more modular frames. That's very annoying. Just trying to avoid having to mess with all that, but it's the reinforced iron plates, man. What a pain. That makes 2 per minute. I don't want it to make 2 per minute. I want it to make, well, currently I need it to make 3 per minute. We downclocked this because, why does my escape key not work? We downclocked this so we didn't use as many materials, but that's fine. Why do I not have iron rods? I have iron rods coming in here. Why? Ah. Somebody left a rotor in there. And that has to be removed. But I can't. So, out that goes. And in that goes. We'll just preload that. See, this would be a great opportunity for us to have more modular frames. Or I could just overclock this. Which then means that needs 30 per minute, and I don't know that I can actually produce that many. That would produce 5. That produced 7.5. This might be a problem. We'll see. I don't have enough sloops to run sloops on everything I'm running sloops on. So it very quickly becomes a problem. So I know I do have enough screws being made to do that. The iron plates, I mean, I have a full thing here. I don't know if this can really keep up. Oh, in theory, this should make 60 per minute, so that should be alright. Might be okay. I need to have better storage for these, because I know I don't need all of these. Well, anyway, I'm now making 5 per minute, which is going to be better than nothing. Remember, I want to get the space elevator phase finished today. It doesn't mean it has to be perfect for us to get there, but we do have to automate making all the parts. At least to some degree, because that's what I said I wanted to do in this playthrough. So, 1 heavy modular frame per minute. And this makes, oh, this makes 2 per minute. Okay, so our production is actually okay for this. If we only want to make 1 per minute, because this can only consume 1 per minute without being boosted. Oh, but then at that point it's 100 minutes. I don't have that much time today. Oh, we're dropping frames again. Great. I still haven't figured out what's going on with that. Like, I keep lowering the bitrate, and it seems to work for a while, and then it stops working, which is annoying. But if that's going to be the case, and I can actually make this work, maybe things will be fine. Remember, once I have enough computers, which is basically going to be 1 more stack, then I can have that make heavy modular frames, and I can just leave it alone, and I can go find 1 more summer sloop somewhere else, and maybe that'll be a viable thing. No. I don't have an Ethernet cable long enough to do that. To get around all the doorways and everything, and down the stairs, and to where the router is, it would probably have to be like 100 feet long. It might actually be an issue with my internet upload speed not being robust enough to handle the 1440p streaming at 60 FPS. Because my upload speed's only 40 megabits a second. I absolutely hate it, but that's the fastest I can get. Without getting fiber, which requires like multiple thousands of dollars worth of installation, people coming in, boring tunnels under the road and stuff to put the fiber element through. So I have to have the most expensive internet Comcast offers to get 40 megabits a second upload speed, and it gives me some crazy download speed I don't need. But it's the best I can do. Alright. Do I have anywhere I can do summer sloops with? So we've gone a whole bunch of different places. And we found some summer sloops. But we haven't found enough. I've got weapons. I've got those inhalers. I've got food. Like, I'm not going to die if I just, walk around, but it does get to be kind of annoying just not having stuff. I wish I could just have this mounted in the car. That would be great. Yeah, the really annoying part is, like, the fiber reps from AT&T, like, came to my house, and I talked to them. But, oh, I'm so excited to have fiber, blah, 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 blah. And then I find out that they installed it on my street, but on the other side of the street. And if I want it to come over to my house, they have to go under the road with it. They have to bring that ditch witch thing or whatever out. Like, come on, man. And the really annoying part is that the fiber would cost less than half of what I'm paying per month to have the service I currently have. It would be gigabit upload and download. Now this crash site, I'm pretty sure we've already cleared. Oh, we got big boys over here. All right, come on with it. Let's go. There you go. That's what I thought. Come on. You know I can't hit anything. Get over here so I can kill you. Alright. Pretty sure I've already gotten this, but let's check the map. Yes, so I can dismantle this and I can get some materials back. And then I don't have to worry about it. Any other components of this? No. Alright, cool. Will they eat the construction cost for a multi-year commitment to service? I don't know. That would involve talking to a sales rep, and I absolutely don't want to do that anymore. It's like some of the most annoying people on the face of the earth. But, oh, I forgot to check and see if I had nothing over here. Alright. As I clean these up, I want to remove the markers for recovered hard drives, so let's do that. See, I haven't been up here. I haven't been up in these high spots. So I feel like I probably should, but I need to build bridges across this. It's one of those things that, like, if I were in a slightly better position and I had, like, the kind of cash reserves to just say, yeah, okay, sure, whatever, then I'd do it because, you know, that's a really good investment to make in, like, the future of having fast internet, but I can deal with it being this quote-unquote slow, which this is still, like, really, really good. I can deal with it being this slow for a little bit, and the only annoyance is that when I go to stream in 1440p, which is what I'm doing for all of this, then it just doesn't look quite as good. I may end up having to change the stream stuff back to 1080, but I try not to mess with the settings for OBS too much because sometimes it gets really angry. And a bunch of stuff breaks for, like, no reason. Oh, we got some kitties over here. But there's a Mercer Sphere. Alright, well, we need to dispatch these not cats. This thing drives so horribly on the sand, I don't understand why Coffee Stain did this. Oh, that's not loaded. Alright. Choices were made. Let's bring these not next to the water. I need to be able to fight these guys from a distance. Hello, kitties. I got a new toy for you. Come here. Come here. I know you're not all dead. Come on. Oh, maybe they are. Okay, one of you very clearly is still a thing. Come on. Well, see, now I have a problem because that's armed. Alright, well, let's just set it off so I don't kill myself. There we go. Where's all the remains I can pick up? Ah, it's trapped in the rocks. Okay, well, not gonna stop me. No, we own this house. Well, I don't, technically, but... No, the last house I rented did have fiber. I did not have to pay to install it. But, no, it was really great. I really liked the service. I thought it was good. It was quick. Never had any problems with it. I haven't had problems with this service either, but... Well, besides the upload speed being incredibly, oppressively slow compared to the download. Alright, so we just have to remember that that has a spider cat in it. This thing cannot turn for anything. Still no summer sloops. But there's a Mercer Sphere over there. I already picked that one up. That must be a different one up there. Well, we're looking for summer sloops anyway, so... Alright, so we got one of these spitter guys here. Ooh, summer sloop that way. Which was over there? Yeah. We will make our way over there post-haste. It's probably way up there. Oh, hello. We'll immediately get back in the car. And we got power slugs out the wazoo over here. And we got that guy. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm like 99% sure it's going to be way up at the top. That thing's going to smack into me at any moment, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be way up there. Alright. Since we are already here... Oh, that's not going to work. What did I decide it was up here? I can't remember. Up there. See, if I had a more robust jetpack, or something that I could, like, fly on, that would be great. So I just have to be able to get up. The ladder obviously not being the perfect solution to this, but I can climb it, and I can go up, and I can keep going up until there is no more up to go. Does a creature trapped in the rocks get fixed after falling off the ladder? I don't know. After reloading the save. That is a very good question. I kind of don't want to find out. Alright, so now I am at the height I need to be, and there's our summer sloop. There is a dude over there I probably should dispatch before I get any further. So, we can snipe him. That didn't even reach. I don't think he can even hit me over here. Okay, which one of these is to change ammo? Oh, he can do that. Alright, what the heck is the ammo change button? That's the scanner. That's the color swatch. It's not Z. We already know it's not that. We already know it's not R, because R is for reload. That's emotes. Come on, man. It's not Q. God, stop hitting me with stupid stuff. Get out of here. You know, if I die, I'm going to be really pissed off. Come on. I'm not doing that again. See, now we have to start at the very bottom again. Oh, hello. All right, back in the car. Holding R didn't do anything, which was annoying. Come on. Oh, now you can't even move this? Come on. Just go somewhere else. Okay, pressing R just reloads. Holding R does nothing. I know I have other types of ammo, like I'm looking at it right here. So, up we go again with my stupid stun rebar that doesn't actually do any damage. Now, I know he doesn't have... Oh, come on. Really? He doesn't have his full health because I already smacked him a couple times. Finally, get out of here. What? Oh, there's another one? Alright, come on, man. I'm going to have to escape again. Because this guy can fire off missiles at me. And I miss... How do you miss with that? Come on. Alright, so now I'm down here. Where I guess I could grab this, at the very least. I don't mind building to get to stuff, but combat is really annoying. But at the same time, that's the way the game is, so I shouldn't really complain about it. How did that not kill you? These guys have like some crazy amount of health. There you go. Goodbye. Alright, can I finally get this thing in peace now? You gonna leave me alone?
Witness the deep and sing for us.
I am still unable to initiate communication. How are you doing it?
We composed a resonant song to curb the effigy, tapping into the inner currents. We sacrificed our blood and our temples and let the metal in from the void to eat our flesh.
That's a lot to unpack. How do you tap into these inner currents?
Consume our blood, worship at our altars, curve the melody.
I do not understand.
Flood frequencies paint straight lines. The blood is a teacher. Each altar is a window.
Processing data.
Alright, so that weirdness continues, but we do have another Mercer Sphere over here. Probably up on top of that. So we might as well just build ourselves a little way to get across. I can jetpack away from that. Alright, who's over here? Oh, we got spitters. No, we don't have spitters. We have multiple enemies. Alright. And now I'm out of juice. Alright, away we go. Anyone gonna come follow me? Yeah, I should be uploading all that stuff. But I have enough slots right now. That's fine. So, at least I have 2 summer sloops and 2 spheres. I probably have a whole stack of computers waiting. See, all I need to do is survive long enough to grab this. Alright, away we go. See ya. Alright, let's pull this back up behind us so they can't chase me. That'd be nice. Sunday efficiency, you got that right. If by efficiency you mean I stumble all over the map trying to gather materials. Well, that's the way we do things here. So now I've got 2 Mercer Spheres I acquired, 2 Summer Sloops. That would be enough to double the output of our, what do you call it thing? I know, very scientific terms here. Now I have to dismantle my my ladders. Well, I don't have to, but I don't want to leave these here. Oh, that may have been a mistake. Alright, back in the car we go. Oh. That's weird. Stay in the car. So I've got this thing I would really like to not leave here because it's ugly. I also don't want to get bodied by the dude here. How the heck do I get back where I was? That is a very good question. You get all the resources back. Something something fix it does not waste, I think is the in-universe explanation for it. There we go. Alright, that was an easy trip. I will leave that there. So that's our Fixmas factory I never had the chance to finish. Yes, please stand immediately on the end. That's exactly what I wanted. Why is there an autocorrect in YouTube chat? That's a very good question. I've never heard of that. So, now I have to take my stack of computers out of here. I'm sure it's been full for a long time. No, it was out of cables. Okay. That's, oh, that's right. The cable factory I made was for over there. Alright, well, I maybe should have checked on that a little bit more. Where'd my computers go? There they are. So we're still waiting on heavy modular frames, but now that I have all of these summer sloops, I can take, one of these machines was duplicated, this automated wiring nonsense here. I really should have put this in a storage. So I know this is going to be, quote-unquote, the wrong way to do this. But this is going to be what I just do for right now. There we go. Oh, that's the output, isn't it? Alright, so I definitely wasn't smart with that. How much of this do I actually need? I feel like we've been through this a billion times and I never remember what the recipe is. 5. I need 500 and I have one stack. I have one stack of 50. Okay. Oh boy. Remember, all of this gets instantly solved as soon as I have all of my computers produced that I need. So, I have a stack of 50 in the manufacturer, which means I need 150 in here. And in here I have 118. We're getting close. And then once that's done, then we can change this over to be heavy modular frames. Hopefully without being too annoying. I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to have to go get some more cables. And we can say hi to the doggos. We haven't done that in a while. What you got? Circuit boards. Thank you. Okay, well, thanks, but no thanks. We'll just turn that into more tickets. How many tickets do I have, actually? 74. Okay. Not doing too bad. I forgot to get cables. That's most of the reason I went over there. Yeah, the batteries are definitely, they're definitely discharging here. So we're using slightly more power than we can actually produce. We'll have to fix that, but I think a decent portion of that is because we have all of these machines overclocked, which takes a tremendous amount of power. That should keep that running for a little while. Yeah, this takes 55 megawatts, non-overclocked. This guy, oh, also is not overclocked, but it was making the other things triple overclocked. This guy with this is using 60 megawatts of power. A normal assembler, for reference, uses 15, so you really, really, really increase the amount of power these things consume just as soon as you start using these buffs on them. So I kind of want to overclock this, but I'm afraid we're going to run out of juice. Well, it's at 97%. Who cares? All right. There you go. 2.5 times your speed of computers, please, and thank you. So we can finally be finished with this. I do want to make an actual proper computer factory at some point, but today's goal is to finish Phase 3 of the space elevator, and we're already staring down the barrel of another 50 minutes worth of production for this. So we will see. Yeah, I just need another 23. That should be good. Does the overall video quality look okay? Like, I know I lowered the bitrate a lot. It's at 20 megabits per second now, which theoretically for 1440p 60 you want it to be at least 24. But internet doesn't like when I have it that high. Alright, well, as long as you guys can see what's going on, I think that's going to be fine. Cool. I might try lowering it a little bit more, and if that still doesn't work, I'm going to probably have to go back to 1080p for streaming. Unless I'm able to magically get better internet without having to have somebody tear up my yard and come in my house and drill holes through the brick and all that stuff. Yeah, we'll leave that alone for a little bit. I keep checking it, and I really shouldn't be worried about it that much. 74 coupons. Now, I'm pretty sure I've got coupons over here somewhere in one of these containers. Oh! I didn't know I had all this versatile framework still. Okay, that's going to be useful later. Oh, I have 4 coupons in here. Okay. I need to turn all of this stuff into alien protein. Can we rename one of the... Okay, I'm going to ask for everyone's opinion on train station names when we actually get around to renaming all those, but that can be a contender if you want it to be. I don't think there's anything else I have to do with the alien protein. Oh, if I had high-speed connectors, I could have scannable enemies for some reason. Don't know that I really need to have those, but... So by the time this is finished making all of these, then I think we're going to have all of our computers we're going to need. We can change those recipes over and then see how much we can speed this process up. Because once Phase 3 is done, that's going to unlock the next, I don't know, 4 tiers of research, and then we can really get into some fun stuff. While also, you know, doing the game correctly. Instead of just trying to speed run this, but we've been locked behind this for so long. Oh, YouTube has emailed me to let me know that I'm live on my channel. Thanks. Never would have figured it out by myself. Really appreciate it. Okay. Alright. Oh, now it's out of plastic. How's it out of plastic? Did the train station get clogged up again? Because I have plastic going there. Ah, okay. So the train station... Train just left. So we should see plastic coming down here unless it got clogged up. I don't really have a great sorting thing down there. I don't have fast enough belts to offload it quickly enough. We need those Mark V belts. That's the alkylate aluminum sheets. That's going to take some time. But we'll figure it out. If I don't have plastic coming through here, I don't see it coming either. Yeah, I'm just going to juice this. Make a couple more. I think I only need like 1 or 2 more computers. We're just about there. Okay, I need 5, but that's fine. The plastic I put in here is going to be enough. Alright, 2 more. 2 more computers. Now, it would be nice to have extra computers, so I'm going to leave this going for a little bit longer, but this will get things rolling here. So, we have all the computers we need to do our adaptive control units. We've had those circuit boards forever. Automated wiring. Ideally, we're not going to need 500 if we double the output, but I do have already 50 in here, I've got 50 in here, and I've got 8 waiting. And then this is in the process of filling up. Remember, this is just a stopgap. So now I have a total of 150. I think I only need 250, but this will have time to catch up. The reason I'm saying this is because now I can take the summer sloops out, which means I can put them in here. That's right, friends. Now we have 2 per minute. Just as soon as we make heavy modular frames. If I plan on building... If I built planning to let... Hold on. I don't know why my brain can't understand what you're saying here. If you built planning to let storage fill up while not streaming, what would you build different? I wouldn't build it differently. I'd just build it the quickest, laziest way possible, and then be done with it. So now, if I'm changing recipes to make heavy modular frames. None of these items that are currently going in here need to go in here. So we need to disconnect all of this mess. And this coming from plastic can be switched over to be... I actually don't know. Screws. Yeah, I've got screws going all sorts of places. This is probably not a great way for me to do this, because I know I'm using as many as I can going over here to make all these motors. So that's an important thing. I'm making a bunch of rotors. This only makes about 600. No, it makes less than that. But I have this Mark IV belt all the way maxed out, and this is technically overflow. And it's already split. The overflow is already split to, you know, feed that. So this is all that I have coming out here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is not enough to sustain 600 screws per minute. But you know what is my huge backlog of screws over there. So, is it ideal? Nope. Is it the right way to do it? Also nope. Is it going to work? You better believe it. So, I will just do myself a favor and build a whole bunch of screw nonsense. This comes right into here. I have so many screws, it is unbelievable. So therefore, it should be absolutely no problem to tap into some of these, pardon the pun, and make it so we can actually use them. They're being brought up there. This is an outlet. This, I think, also, because it's 600 per minute, I'm not going to be able to have it at that maximum turbo overclock speed because I don't have a belt fast enough to feed it. How's using 25 episode old inventory not the most efficient use of resources? Well, see, here's the thing, is that is the most efficient use of resources. And we love it for that. The, what do you call it? Encased industrial beams are also an ingredient, in addition to being the, see, my brain is fried. I don't even have an excuse for it. Oh, that's the same height. That's... okay, alright. Now I have to actually make something look not completely terrible. Fine, I'll do it the right way. That triple speed. See, that is an input. I can't have it branch off of that, but I can have that come out to the back of this. Come on. Alright, do I have to take you off of straight mode? I can't even do that? Oh, come on. Alright. This thing absolutely hates me. No, I want Mark IV. Come on. Alright. Now I have to, in order to not have this look super ugly, I have to go up to 3. See, those of you who say, well, it's spaghetti. I'm making it not be spaghetti. Just for you. Unless this doesn't want to play nice. Alright. So, default there. I guess I do have to have this kind of match up to this. And now, if I go straight here, that works. Now I have screw output all the way across here. And then from here, safely, or not, into there. I guess I have to use the conveyor lift. So this will give me a maximum of 480 per minute. That's as fast as I can go. So if I take this out, there's your 480. Twice the speed. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you have available if the belt can't deliver it. So until I have Mark V belts, which I believe let me do 700, or is it 600 something? I can't have any single input into a machine be any greater than 480, so that's as fast as we can go. Which conveniently helps us out here because 20 modular frames per minute is still way more than I'm able to produce. In fact, that might also have stopped up because of way too much storage of other stuff. No, there is a conveyor Mark V. I just haven't researched it yet because it's locked behind Space Elevator Phase 3. See, there's a reason for all of this. I do actually think sometimes. Alright, so that needs to be going there, but I do have 215, which is a whole lot better than what I had before. This just unfortunately has so much that it has to do. Oh, I was going to sync those things. I can take care of this. There might even be a Mark VI belt now. I'm honestly not sure. I haven't gotten into the super endgame tiers yet. Okay. I'm always going to be able to get more of those. That's fine. I just want to clear up that. I got these 2 tickets I can deposit in the ticket stack. That's fine. I think I turned all of my stuff into what I wanted to turn it into, so. That guy can go in there. That guy can go in there. Anything else? That's for the chainsaw. I probably should have that. Oh, wait. I got 28 of these. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now I only have to make less of those. Fewer of those. No, there's not a Mark 10. I can guarantee you that. Alright. This... the rubber's in there. Can't have that. So this is going to consume 1 per minute. Obviously that is not going to be a problem. Let's get that in there. This is on 2 times output. And it does have... Really? It's only using 55 megawatts? Okay, well. If that's the case, and I have all this ready to go... This is going to get interesting really fast. Because it's already filling up that. So I got like 10 minutes to figure out how to make more heavy modular frames. Which we are getting very close to being able to do. Alright, so I have the screws problem solved. Regular modular frames, not quite yet. I'm going to be manually bringing those over and putting them in some sort of a storage here. So that will be a good opportunity for me to put something else here. What was in this? Cables. I do not need those, but I have this container here that I said I was going to move because I didn't need it. Now I don't really have a better spot to put it, but I can put this guy. Okay, I do have fine adjustment. That'll work there. So that can be for modular frames. That's going to be the easiest thing for me to do. Just get that in there. Steel pipe we have running somewhere over here. Ah, that's down on that level, and that is also the triple speed, yeah. So now this is that's going to go away because now what I'm going to do is, since this is stopped, I know I have extra capacity. I'm going to put in. See, I know this is just like an absolutely heinous misuse of resources here, but I'm going to do it anyway. That can go there. It needs 80 per minute, which I will just make this easy for everyone and use Mark III belts. Straight mode is... Wow, it's almost actually straight. There we go. Pay no attention to the phasing through there. Now I just need encased industrial beams, which I do have, and this can start doing what it needs to be doing. But the encased industrial beams are not being brought over anywhere because, of course, they're not. I have them coming through all the way down here. I actually don't know that this is going to be able to keep up with everything, but that's going to be a problem for later. They are on the lower level of this one here. Yeah. And they're not coming in fast enough to be able to really realistically be used that way. But I've got a whole tower full of them, so it doesn't matter. I just have to have this come out here, go across, and then get fed into all of that nonsense there. So I told you, we're going to get it done. It's going to be ugly, but it is going to work. And that's what matters. That's not going to work there, though. I'm going to have to move this to be right here in the middle, just to make it look a little bit nicer. I only need 3. Come on. I only need 3. What was the... See, I can't ever remember what the rate is for that. Heavy modular frame. Oh, 5. All right. Well... Oh, wait, that can go... Okay, this lower height's fine. It's all right. So that comes out that way. I just have to go all the way across, and then I have to turn to go down here. This actually might not look terrible. It might just look kind of bad. So let's try this. Now, how far is this going to go? Remember, we're at 1 level below all of this, so I think that's going to be about the best I can do. Go up to 3 here. Yeah, they're intimidating. They're not really complicated. It's just everything that they use is a multi-step product, and that can be annoying to deal with. But once you get it figured out, it's not terrible. That lines up with that one there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have it come down after this. And again, just to be absolutely sure, this is not going to stay like this. This is all in service of getting this stupid space elevator stuff done. Long term, I do want to have it set up a lot more nicely. Alright, so if I have that on straight mode, again, so I can, walk through all of this. Having this go to about here. It's going to be about the best I can do, and that going there on straight mode is going to set up reasonably well. So that's going to be all the materials for this. I already have another 14 of those, which is fantastic news. And now we just have to, let the rest be what the rest is going to be. We've already made 25 of these things. How about that? That's what I like to see. So, let's see. Can I find a way to get on top of this antenna? I've done this before. Come on. I should just build an observation tower and be done with it, huh? Maybe this... Oh, this doesn't have any collision mesh. So, this is fine. It's not nearly as spaghetti as it was, but it's definitely still spaghetti-ish. This will all get cleaned up when we're finished with Phase 3 space elevator stuff. And I do want to have more storage of finished materials over here so we can have stuff put up in the cloud, so to speak. But grand scheme of things, this could be significantly worse. Okay, modular frames. We need to go rescue here. Those are going to be trapped in this. Yeah, and that was 2 full stacks there. And we do need to fix that, I know. There's so much going on, but I have very limited time to play this, and I still want to make a lot of progress. Alright, that should be all of the modular frames we need. I got 155 in here. I've got another 50 in here, so that's 200 and something, plus we already have more than a third of our end result. Things are looking good, folks. I'm going to have to babysit the heavy modular frames just to bring them over here. But feeling really good about where we are. Still have about a 7-8 minute supply of heavy modular frames, so that's good. That production might slow down at some point, but how hard would it be for me to get this all the way across here? I think for the sake of what we're trying to do, I owe it to you guys to actually have this running all the way back where it needs to go, even if it's ugly, even if it's in the middle of our walkaway here. I think that's going to be fine. No. Where's my iron plates? Alright, now we have to go get those. Alright, that should help. Now, just to be nice, I will have this go above this conveyor belt so it doesn't look like absolute trash. Oh, now it's angry at me. Okay, that works. Go right into there. So then all of our new heavy modular frames can just go right into this. And we can Ron Popeil it and go do something else. Although the rate this is going, I think we're probably fine. Automated wiring is being produced kind of fast enough. But I am going to... Where did it go? Did I not... There we go. I'm going to front load this again. Because this isn't going to be able to keep up forever. Alright, so I have a full stack of 50. This can make 2.5 per minute. This is consuming... Oh, 12.5 per minute. Okay, that's not going to last. We'll go say hi to the doggos in a little bit here. Yeah, I can leave that alone for some time. I don't know if they're going to have anything else yet. But we will see. Oh, I don't have any more hard drives to scan. I just have those alternate recipes I don't really think are very good. Ooh, we got bombs. And iron rods. Okay, well I do need those, so thank you. Wait a second. I still had... Oh, okay, this was 1.1. I think added railway signaling. And then pipeline engineering. Mark II blueprints. Okay, so I guess we could have technically researched a couple more things. But 7, 8, and 9, somewhere in here we have drones. We have all the aluminum refinement, which is going to give us alkylate aluminum sheets, which is going to give us Mark V belts. And then there's all sorts of other fun stuff in there. But we do have to get to it. See, all of these need heavy modular frames. And computers. So, there's a reason for us to have built what we built. We can make it better, obviously. But just getting the space elevator phase taken care of is going to make it so much easier for us to take care of stuff. So now we're only 49 left. Not too shabby. Considering I already have 34 of the modular frames, that's good. It really does help having 2 of these made at a time. But look how much power this is using. 738.7 megawatts. That is, for those of you keeping track at home, a lot of power. And it's more than we're producing, so we're discharging our batteries. But we have batteries. I'm so glad we have batteries. Before they put these in the game, it was such a pain in the butt. It'll recharge once I, you know, take the output doubler out of it. We will need to make more power, not right now, but soon-ish. That's all over at the oil area. We're not producing enough there because I'm not pumping enough, and I wasn't pumping enough because I didn't have enough resources to build the machines. So that, completely redoing that entire area is going to be one of the next major projects we should attempt to do. But for today, I think we are doing pretty well with what I had set out to accomplish. The big issue we're going to run into is automated wiring for this, because I need to have another 20 repetitions of this recipe, which is another 100 automated wiring, and I only have another 18. I only have another 14, and we're going to need this to make a bunch more, and it can only make 2.5 per minute. Unless I speed this up, which it may or may not be able to keep up with. Well, it definitely won't be able to keep up with it permanently. But we're going to have to wait and see just how much this does. I had only planned for this to be a 2-hour stream, but I'm not going to quit before we've finished all the space elevator stuff. But once we're done with that, I do have to go do other stuff. I got record video for tomorrow, and I have to go to bed early. Way earlier than I have been, so I cannot, unfortunately, do the whole day with this. Let's see if I can put the last of my wiring in here. Almost. At some point we're going to need to build another steel factory. Right now I have it set to make, I don't remember what it is, but it's not going to be enough. So that is where those alternate recipes are going to come in handy, where I was talking about how it's not really on paper that great of a thing unless you consider the other stuff you have access to, like the additional concrete and 3 times faster production of steel beams, even though you're using more raw materials. Everything matters in context. Alright, so that's all of my automated wiring that we made before. We are going to need this to make a little bit more, a little bit faster. I don't necessarily want to speed it up, so I guess we'll just wait. Let that thing run itself out. We can take a trip and go see everything else on this side of the map. There's more stuff over here we could do. There's more iron. Coal is the big limiting factor with this, though. We would need to come over and upgrade. No, that's Mark III. I have Mark IV belts now. I could do that. But that is, I believe, a Mark II miner. We would have to research Mark III, which is hidden way deep in the tech tree. Now, I think it's like tier 8, maybe. And that is, I believe, a regular node for coal. It'll tell me here in a second. No, I want map. No, it's not going to tell me because I built something on it. All right, well, oh, okay, it is pure. And that's pure, and I already have it claimed. That, I think, is going to our coal power we have over there, which theoretically we don't need to keep if we have robust enough fuel power production. Fuel is a lot more efficient. Well, by single generator output. But if that's already a pure and that's already got a Mark II on it, that means it's producing 240 per minute. I could overclock it. You know what? Let's go check it out. Let's see what I've done. No, you can only put one miner per node. If there was a second node, which for over here there is not, then yes, you could do that. But yeah, 240. I have the capacity to do 480 from a single one, just because that's what the belt will support. Which, again, if I overclock this to 200%, then it will put out 480, and I have to make this Mark IV belts. But if I do that, then I can almost double the output of what we do in the steel factory. And then if I make this a Mark III miner, double overclocked, it'll go to 960, which I don't have a belt that can support. I think the Mark V only does 720, maybe? It's either 600 something or 700 something. But, point being, we can do a whole lot more with this. We just don't have it quite yet. It's going to be a little bit. But even with that, we're going to need a lot more steel production, and that is going to be a project for another time. At this point, we are making 26 2/3 steel pipes per minute, 20, and 20. So we're making 66 2/3 steel pipes per minute. And I think I'm calling for a lot more than that in those recipes, but those aren't going to be forever. This is making 15, and I think this one I have, yeah, this is making 30. Because I have summer sloop in it. So we are making 45 per minute, but a lot of this is going into our production of encased industrial beams, which is also duplicated. See, we fit so much out of essentially nothing in here. I've been playing for 2 hours. Yes, thank you. So that end of this hypertube does have 2 entrances, so we're going to go maybe not quite twice as fast, but still substantially faster. We're just about finished with our adaptive control units. Let's check out how we are doing. Yeah, waiting on the automated wiring. No surprise there. This cannot produce it fast enough. 2.5 per minute. It demands to have 12.5. So I think I can take that out for sure. Because it does no benefit to be sucking a whole lot of power out of the grid if you don't have the materials to make stuff fast anyway. So this is still twice as fast as that can supply the automated wiring, but now it's going to take a lot less power, and we might be able to recharge our batteries. So it goes from 738.7 down to 220. That is significant. So we will have to go see here if these are recharging now. It's 500 megawatts. And yeah, they're charging. It says it's going to take them, wow, that long. Let's see that, how much that changed. That is, wow, that's like, it's like almost a 30% reduction just by not overclocking the one machine that's getting all the stuff coming out of it. That's honestly kind of ridiculous. Not really a fantastic way to be doing things. But I did say I wanted this to be done today. And today it will be done. I don't think we need these at this point, but I will pop those in there. Yeah, make some more heavy modular frames. We are going to need those. We're going to need them for everything. I just don't like that location for them. Alright, so it says 2 per minute. We can't make 2 per minute. It's going to be more like 1 per minute. So we have realistically about another 7 minutes until this is going to be done. Unless I can just make automated wiring, which I don't think I can make manually. But I have the materials for, and we've got a couple minutes anyway, so let's see if I can speed it along. Yeah, see, they got smart about it. They don't let you make the space elevator parts. Well, I can't be mad about it. Batteries would be a smart idea. They require modular frames. Who would have thought? Well, I can definitely find another spot for some of those. If I have 10 modular frames available, which I almost do. Okay. Don't mind if I do. So the power outlet for those is on what side? That side. Okay. Oh, that one's rotated differently. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Well, it's fine. Now this will get stored if it ever has the excess capacity to do so. There's some very strange shimmering effects up there. The battery's, I guess, sucking in atmospheric plasma or something, whatever that's about. Right, 95 out of 100. Working on that. Yeah, we still don't have enough. Plastic coming out, so I think we're gonna have to go unclog this. It gives us something to do at least. No, that didn't work. Yeah, rubber is the villain here because I don't have anywhere for the rubber to go. Wow, look at that. Well, we can help this out by moving the rubber up to the very top. It won't be drawn out as fast. And then I guess I just have to clear out this lead into the sorting bit. Which probably means I have to have... There we go. I've got a lot of rubber in my inventory already. It's fine. Now we got plastic. We should have fuel when it decides to come out. That'll just help get things unclogged. I probably should have an overflow protector on all of these, but not really something of huge concern. Hello, we're about to be finished here in just a little bit, but appreciate you hanging out for a little bit with us. How much more is left before we do something else? Okay, that is going to take some time. That's fine. We'll leave that alone. We'll just follow this all the way back. See if the doggos have anything for us. I need that plastic to go routed into something too, but I haven't quite yet. Alright, we got some quick wire, and what do you have? Nothing. That's okay. Alright, I see 97 of these. Battery has 1%. What? Okay, now it's discharging. Yeah, time until full. Negative 298,000 hours or whatever that was. I think that's some sort of error thing. Okay, yeah, out of modular frames again. It happens, so that's not consuming power. How are we looking here? Alright, so 98 is about to be finished. Which will actually be 98 and 99. Because that's doubling. And then I will take the summer sloops out. And then we'll just have our 100. I don't need to have any extras. So we should see two of these guys come out in short order. There we go. And that will take our power consumption Actually, no, it doesn't mess with it at all. Still solid 220. As soon as we get our last 2 automated wiring, that's going to be that. And then we'll be good to go. Look at all these motors. I've never had that many motors. Oh, man. Getting those guys back here is so annoying. I don't know. We'll see. One more automated wiring. It's almost finished. Alright. So that's going to be that. Take this out. I do want to keep making something, but I don't think we need to keep making automated wiring, so I'm going to turn that off. That's going to take most of a minute to get built, so I don't think we need to sit here and watch that. Go harvest some modular frames. We got to redo a whole bunch of this stuff. But I can put these over where the heavy modular frames are being made, just so we have more of those. That was not a smart way to go about this area. Okay, we're almost there. This last bit will go into here, and then we will send up space elevator parts, and then that's going to be it for today. Any moment now. There it is. Oh, wait, it's still making 2 of them? It wasn't supposed to. Oh, I just barely missed. Just barely missed. Okay, well, I will, I guess, have this extra one here. So I will pick that up. Alright, now where is the control panel for this? On this side? It is. Alright. Load. Seal. And here we go.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation.
That's a lot of P's.
Congratulations, the Phase 3 project part shipment is finally ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 3 will be completed and the main body will be constructed. You should know how this works by now. You'll get access to tiers 7 and 8 in the hub.
Oh god, nuclear power.
In fact,
Oh
perhaps
no.
you should just go look at the technologies there yourself. It's all laid out so that even a monkey could understand it, so you should have no issues. Speaking of which, I don't think you need a reminder about project parts. Instead, I will be providing some interesting facts. Did you know the average pioneer succeeds at saving the day? Did you know the average pioneer knows how to optimize pipe throughput? Did you know the average pioneer stays late at work because they care about humanity? Anyway, I thought you might want to know more about your peers. Good luck in Phase 4.
Well then. Alright, send it. And away she goes.
Phase 3 of Project Assembly completed. Fixit's predictions indicate pioneers should generally reach this point faster with above average results.
Yeah.
But we should all adjust our expectations according to the situation. It is understandable. The pressure and complexity
That's kinda cool
will only
watching it get
increase
built
from
like that.
here, so be sure to take on Phase 4 with efficiency and competence.
Neat. How many hours do you have in Satisfactory? I'm not sure. At least probably 400 or 500. I'm not good at the game. I've just spent a lot of time playing it. So that is pretty neat to see. The next stuff we have to make to get to Phase 9 or Tier 9 is really annoying, but some of these are actually new. I think nuclear pasta wasn't an ingredient in prior to 1.0, but we'll see. We got time. This was not supposed to be making anything else, so I will shut it off. And then we can retool all of this next stream. Don't know when that's going to be, but... How many hours since I died? That's a good question. We'll check. I was so mad because we had not died at all, and it was like 40-something days in universe without a death. 5 days since the last incident. But to take a look at our options we have. Of course, we still have the Tier 6 stuff we hadn't done that got added in 1.1. I'm pretty sure it got added in 1.1. Tier 7 gives us aluminum, bauxite refinement, the hover pack, Mark V logistics, which allows 780 per minute. Okay. Hazmat suit gives us radiation protection to a certain degree. And then this control system development used to be called something else, but that gives us batteries. And then the blender, which we have to make a couple of other things. This is a project part. Any of these other ones project parts? No, this is the first project part in Tier 7. And Tier 8 gives us drones, nuclear power, which also gives us one of the project parts. Advanced aluminum production. Fused modular frame is what we used for the nuclear pasta eventually when we get there. Turbo motors. Minor Mark III is in Tier 8, not Tier 9. That's good. So this is going to be really expensive for us to get to, because we have to have 100 supercomputers. Oh, jeez. This is another project part. Particle enrichment is more nuclear stuff. Particle accelerator is kind of neat. Pressure conversion cube gets made with a whole bunch of this stuff, and then nuclear pasta gets made as project part number 9. I don't know what's in Tier 9. I think that's all. It might be all the crazy endgame alien technology stuff, where you have the portals and all that, but plenty to get to. Absolute just glut of stuff for us to accomplish. We'll say hi to the doggos, and then I've got to go do some other stuff today. But very productive. Hey, we got 18 cooling systems. That's nice. That's a Tier 7 or 8 part, and then some cables. Thank you very much. I think Phase 4 is the final one, yes. Okay, I've got more of that stuff I need to take care of. I think it's about as good as we're going to get. So now that those are all turned off, we should be charging these. They're still going to take a couple hours, but now we have 5 batteries. This one's rotated wrong, and I really want to redo it, but then it's going to lose all of its charge. So maybe not. Let's get up on top of this little dish here. If I can actually stand on it. Come on. There we go. Not too bad. I can't see up here because I guess clouds are in the way, but good stuff. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Way underbuilt for the... Oh, I know. I know. Massively underbuilt. I'd rather like not spend my entire life building enormous 100% efficient factories. I just want to get to cool stuff. But yes. We'll see you next time. Don't know when that's going to be. It's about to be fall, which means I'm going to be busy with some of my other stuff, and weekend streams might be hard to do every week. But we'll see. I'm going to try my best. We have Infraspace and Captain of Industry coming up as well. I don't know exactly when I'm going to stream those. But people have been asking for those for a long time, and I want to make sure we can get to some other stuff that isn't beavers as we start winding down the Project 1K probably within the next couple weeks. But appreciate you guys. Take care. We will see you later. Bye-bye.